So the first company I would like to build up is Mr. David Van Beekum and Tweva.
Yeah.
Tweva?
Tweva.
Tweva.
Tweva. All right, hello everyone. My name is Dave Van Beekum. I'm a co-founder and creator of Tweva, the world's first digital TV social media platform. Let's ask first, who here has ever run an ad on TV? 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple $1,000s? A couple thousand? To start, probably a couple thousand. So what we've done was we've created a TV. Oh, okay, we're going to touch all these buttons here. All right, so the main problem here is that 98% of small businesses have never advertised on television. And so we want to fix that problem. You're looking at $3,000 to $10,000 for a small-scale TV company. This is why you don't see pizza companies or chiropractors or anything showing on local television. What we want to do is we want to fix that for around 5 cents for a commercial. So we have a mobile app that users can add content to a TV around local businesses and local things. What we do is we have a TV box, just like this one. This one goes behind the TV and it creates a TV network for the city. So if you think about Orlando, obviously we have Channel 13, but smaller cities like Windermere or Winter Garden or Winter Park, all winters there, they don't have their own TV channels. Cowie, there we go. Cowie is another one, right? So we want to be able to change that. So we can add our TV box to those TVs and allow users to interact with those TVs. We have a complete system. So we have the TV box that connects. We have a mobile app that allows users to interact with those TVs. Let's say this TV right out here. It hasn't been shown on. Every time I've been here, it has been off. Could we allow users to walk in, click a button, and add their ad, what they do to that TV, and it cycles through that content? We also have a Tweva Rewards coin. So the Tweva Rewards coin is going to give the owner back a portion of those profits of ads. The problem is, for me, if I'm doing a 5-cent commercial, I'm going to give them what, a penny? It's not worth that much, right? But if I can give them a crypto coin that rises with the value of the network, more TVs put in, more screen time, the more valuable the coin is. Now the small business owner, which most likely has not really participated in the Bitcoin business, has now had a chance to build and mine crypto. And then we also have a social media network. So the social media network allows users to share, like, and follow others that are on TV. So this all happens in just a few clicks. So take, for instance, a business owner. He has one of these running in his business, and he has something to show for the day. Let's say this, I don't know, this is a chicken and rice and salad. So he's going to walk over to his salad and say, oh, look at this, I've created a new bowl, I want to sell this today. Well, he can't really run that on TV unless he has $3,000 to $5,000, which nobody's going to take that risk. He takes a picture of that bowl and he lists it onto the TV network. Instantly, his special, let's say lunch special, bless you, is now running on all the local TVs in his town. So now this is talking about local, hyper-local traffic running back to his business saying, hey, I just saw you, that lunch special looks good. We also have an API connector so that he can, with one button, send it to the TV network and then send it to up to 13 of the platforms. So we're talking a very simple one-step system for that small business to advertise on all TV and social media. We also have NFTs. So we're part of the Web 3.0, so we have the crypto involved, obviously, and then these NFTs. Who likes Monopoly? Everybody loves owning Monopoly cards, right? Hey, I own this piece, or I own that piece. This way, you'll be able to buy an NFT, these are all like separate, NFTs for your town based upon, boop, 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 restaurants. Ooh, this is kind of nice. So you'd buy, like, let's say the restaurant NFT for your town. Let's say it's $1,000 to $5,000. And instantly you'll get, let's say this is a 15-second, we'd have a 30-second time slot that you would own in that town. So this is kind of your advertising piece. They're all coming in. There we go. So went to a conference here in Orlando for content creators, and they absolutely loved the idea. So it's School of Hard Knocks, most people know him. He interviews small businesses and rich billionaires and millionaires, and he doesn't have his content being played on any TVs. So unless you like him and follow him, you don't know who he is. Hammy TV, he loved the idea. He said, I couldn't sleep last night. You're talking about getting my content into a bar playing at night? That's so cool. And then people could follow him. So I tried to figure out a couple different things. One would be like an entertainment, one would be comedy. This guy throws paint at exotic cars, right? So you want to mix, right? He does. He literally was like, he jumps up and does this funny jump and splats paint at it. And so I'm thinking, okay, you have to have a couple of different pieces on TV here. A little bit of action, a little bit of snowboarding, skateboarding. Mrs. Bench has, it says 5.5, but she's more like 12 to 20 million followers of cutting fidget spinners and paper. So kids watch her content and then say, Mom, I want that fidget spinner. Mom, I want this goop, right? The slime stuff. So the idea is that we get different pieces of content being played on the TVs, but not from major corporate fat cats, right? This is content that's being created by influencers. Go-to-market strategy. Well, we'd have to do the pilot launch. We'd onboard some influencers to create content. So local influencers would go into restaurants, right? Or different places. They could interview the business owners. They could go back to an empty lot and say, oh, here in Apopka, we're at this empty lot. And did you know this is going to be a bank? And so now you're sitting at the bar saying, what is that construction happening, right? Or what's happening in the town? The local influencers would actually do this job. You don't need to hire somebody from a news station to do this. It creates content. We did a 15 to 20 location beta test. So we looked at different things like restaurants, Ray's Fish and Chips, Cell Bros. People sit here and watch this TV while their cell phone is being fixed. And the TV is just playing garbage. It's not playing local events, what's happening in Apopka, things like that. We have, oh, this picture is missing here. So by mistake, we had a commercial. We talked to Cisco Foods and we said, hey, can we have a picture of chocolate cake or some sort of desserts? And what happened was it kept showing so much chocolate cake on the loop that their chocolate cake was sold 4 times more than anything else. Because people would be eating their dinner and their eye would look up, oh, that chocolate cake looks good, right? And they'd be eating their food again, oh, there's that chocolate cake again. So when the server comes over and says, okay, anything for dessert? I don't know, that chocolate cake looks good. So that we found through repetition that people will buy more things. It's just that it's cost prohibitive to be on TV. So it does work. Do you guys ever remember the Coca-Cola back in the 20s or 30s when they tried the Coca-Cola dripping glass and people bought that in the middle of a movie? They put one frame right in the most intensive part and people bought Coca-Cola subconsciously because they saw this quick flash where they didn't see it, but it was subconscious. So it does work.
Yeah.
Market opportunity is huge.
Advertising.
We have a huge TAM, SAM, SOM. What we figured what we would do was start with family-owned restaurants. We could go to franchises, but we really want this to be local based. So we start with the family restaurants, small businesses, non-franchised. We target the top 10 cities. We're not going to get every TV, right? We're going to do 20% of the TVs. You have nice restaurants that don't have TVs, but this would be coffee shops, doctor's offices, things like that. So where are we going to start? We're looking to raise money, a $2 million round, and we're looking at a very steep growth here. What we're going to do is we have to talk with influencers and the advertisers, obviously, to run both of those. And we have a nice little curve there. How am I on time? Just about done?
Passed.
Oh, passed.
Yeah,
Okay. Team, and I think there was why. Why now would be digital displays are cheaper than they've ever been, rising cost of digital marketing. We would be at the 5-cent range, and we'll go to the end here. So what I need help with is connection with local influencers, local businesses who have a TV, angel investors who like tech and AI, VC investors. And if you sign up here, what we're going to do is give you some free crypto. And that's the presentation.
All right, perfect. All right, questions? Questions? Anybody have any questions? Sean?
This is fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
One concern. Can you tell me in 1 minute if I want to tell somebody what I heard today? How can I tell them? You give me your elevator pitch, and I'll just go, wow, I want to meet him.
How would it be?
That's what I want to. 1 minute
A
elevator
1 minute elevator pitch would
That's
be,
all I want to
if you've
do.
ever been on TV, do you want to advertise on TV? And you've just watched a presentation about the world's first social media TV application that allows influencers and small businesses to finally advertise on TV. If you've ever been to a bar and you wanted to add your business to that bar, you finally found a way to do it.
If that person asks me, who the hell watches TV anymore? This is it. This is where everything is.
Well, they're at
I
bars.
would answer.
Yeah, they're at bars. So there's companies that install 5 to 10 to 20 TVs at bars. They put them in doctor's offices. They put them everywhere. They still are a thing. Now, if they were to say that nobody watches TV, then I would ask them about the advertising industry.
No, they're not going to tell me nobody's watching. I don't. My kids, everybody uses this now.
Well, the advertising TV for TV is still $100 billion a year. So
Absolutely.
it obviously works. It's just a matter of maybe they don't watch TV or they're saying
but-
that's an excuse.
Boils down to your customer discovery is the most important where you start. Everybody listens to one radio station, WIIFM.
What's in it for me?
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
And decision is made less than 1.7 seconds. Blink of an eye. Okay, we can talk about it. So but that's an amazing concept. But
Thank
I
you.
want you to communicate a little different.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So you know it's coming, right?
Ha.
So a lot of features and benefits, but I'm still fuzzy on the value.
On the value.
On the value. Why would Orlandopreneur or any other company represented in this room, startup, small business, avail themselves of the service?
Why would they take the service?
Yeah.
Why would they use it?
Why would they use it?
It's a low cost barrier of entry. So there's things like split testing. that
So
you
you're
can't do with TV.
saving us money.
Saving money on ads, right? So there is passive advertising and then there is direct advertising.
And
so
how are you making us money?
how are you making money? It's through ads, right? So exposure in the community. It's like running a Facebook awareness campaign. It's a very cheap campaign
Understood.
and it's broad advertising. This is the same. So hey, I saw you somewhere. I saw you at that bar,
Right.
So if it's face recognition of knowing who you are up on a stage,
So it's brand exposure and recognition.
brand exposure, yeah.
Okay. And how are you making our life better?
How am I making their life better? Well,
Yeah.
there's interaction with this too. So let's say you are at the bar, somebody else is at the bar. You can post, hey, I was just at this event. Hit the button and bam, you're up on the TV. Or this is what I like to do at hobbies on the weekend, right? Hey, here's my car, here's my Jeep. This is what I did. And what happens in that situation is this other person at the bar and you are sitting there and it's like, hey, who put the picture of the Jeep on there? Who's got the big bog tires? Oh, I do. And we create these little connections that can't happen because everyone's staring at their phone. And this is the problem, right? So we got to get them up, out, into the big display, interacting with them in the community. You might find 3 people that love to go mudding with their Jeeps on the weekend.
Right. And
Right.
so the last thing is competition. So I know a lot of bar owners with one of them has over 100 TVs in their place down on I Drive. And, they pay a service for TVs that that aren't connected to ESPN or a sports network, right? And so, and plus they do get integrated with that service. So they're, even on the ESPN, they'll do a 5-second spot here and there and
Yes.
so forth.
Yep.
So what are you doing that will convince them to change their mind and switch to you?
Not necessarily looking to switch with them. I'm looking, this is an additional TV that gets placed. Or they can pick one of their TVs. I'm not looking to replace sports. I'm not looking to replace the Super Bowl, nothing. This is an additional digital billboard, which some people do that, right? They still have the little business cards and they put up. This is an additional TV or one of their TVs that users can come and interact with. So let's say a small business, they have one. Well, I can just ping all the influencers, hey, this bar just got one. So now I have 10 or 20 influencers running into the bar saying, hey, can I create content for you? I'll use the mic or I'll use my camera. I want to be somebody in your bar. I want to create content. Can I have a free appetizer? So now they're creating content. You know how they do. They pull out their mic, they look around and this is so beautiful. You should come to this place. Now all of a sudden, they're on TV. People do this for free. Millions and billions of people create YouTube content. They don't get paid for it. They don't even know, nobody knows who they are in their community. This way, it gives them something to be somebody in their community.
Okay. So if you could walk me through the process. So let's say you're at a bar and we're watching the game,
Yep.
Lando Magic. And then you have your device on the back of the TV. So what happens, let's say they cut to halftime or they cut to a commercial, ESPN or whatever the case may be.
It's not part of that TV though. So this is a separate TV.
Oh, this is a separate.
Yep, this
I
is a
thought
separate
this was...
TV that's just running all the time with local things that are happening in that city, local influencers that are part of that city. So that thing's running while you're watching the game.
Okay, so I'm at a bar.
Yep.
So there's two TVs, hypothetically. So I have one that's yours, and then the other one that has the Orlando Magic game on there. So I guess you want the user to potentially stop watching their Orlando Magic game, perhaps it's halftime or a commercial break, look at your TV, and you have an influencer or somebody that's advertising something local, correct? Is that kind of like the flow?
It's there, right? It's a digital billboard, it's showing the food, it's showing the specials, it's showing that there's a band playing on Friday night. So you're not watching it like all the time, you're not watching the game, you're eating food, you're talking with your friends, but there's this TV up there. And it has user interaction. So if you want to take a selfie with your friend, hey, we're at the bar, and we put it up, hey, look, there we are, right?
Got
So
it.
it's an interactive digital display.
Okay, and then I'm sorry. One other question just as a follow-up. So the bar owner or restaurant owner, do you have a rev share with them? And
Yes.
how do they generate money, and do they have to pay for that TV?
With the right investors, no, I would want to give away the box for free and have people activate these TVs. Their rev share will be in crypto. So like I said in the presentation, what am I going to give them, 1 penny an ad? I'd rather give them a crypto value that rises with the amount of TVs that are put in and the amount of seconds that are available. Let's say a business owner is open from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's 12 hours. So every time a 12-hour block comes into the network, it raises the value of the token, because it's inventory, quote unquote. In the TV world, it's inventory. So once that value rises, then they have an amount of coins that they can either advertise to or give to an influencer. You know, some people believe in Bitcoin, some people don't. So if you have a business owner saying, oh, I believe in crypto, I love crypto, it's great, well, they're gonna hold their coins. Somebody else might say, well, I just made a couple thousand coins, I'll pay an influencer a couple thousand. That influencer might be young and they love crypto. Oh, I'm gonna collect all these, I believe this is a long-term thing. They're gonna buy some NFTs, right, for their cities, and now they have advertising blocks and they have crypto. Yep.
Excellent presentation. I think this is a fantastic idea. I noticed a potential knowledge gap that I wanted to just present to you and talk about. So I'm big into words. Every word says something and simultaneously says something, doesn't say something. What you're doing, I would call it decentralized television, or like you said just recently, digital billboards, like localized digital billboards. So I think the real value that I see is that you're getting the local market with such a lower barrier to entry, like such a lower price point for local businesses. And yes, sports bars are really helpful, but like you said, unused TVs or ones that are placed in areas that aren't really that easy or good for watching a game, or even in a place that doesn't necessarily have sports games. Like so, but the word TV is like an interesting, because when people hear TV, they think cable.
Yes.
When someone says, let's go watch television, they usually say, oh, let's watch Netflix or let's watch Hulu, because they're thinking about the vessel which provides them the content rather than the device itself.
Yeah.
And so I think what you presented is amazing, but there's a clear redefining of what the television is. And so the digital billboard is one approach, and the television is kind of like so just as far as just recognizing that people think cable when they hear television, and what you're doing is decentralizing the television.
Okay, I like that. I'll think about that, thank you.
Because everything else you're doing is decentralized too.
That's true, that's true. It is like hyper-local, decentralized.
Okay, great. So what can we as the Orlando community of 1 million cups do to help you, Dave?
I'm just looking for these things, local influencers, local businesses. Like if you have a bar, you know somebody that has a bar, I just love to speak with them and bring up the idea to them.
Okay,
So,
fantastic. Well, thank you.
thank
for
you so
sharing.
much.
All right. With that, I'd like to introduce Mike Sloan, and he's going to share with us some very cool concepts.
Thank you.
What's that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Good morning. Good chilly morning in Orlando. What I'm going to talk about today is something near and dear to my heart. It's a problem that I've seen developing over the years. I'm Mike Sloan. I'm an investment advisor and a retirement strategist. And make sure I can work this thing. That one. All right. So I have a question for everybody here, and particularly those of you 50 and over. Is your retirement plan incomplete? Most of them are, and you don't know it. I have a question that I need your help with. I've developed an innovative new approach to retirement planning. My challenge is I'm facing two of the largest industries in the world that do not like to play well together. That's the investment industry and the insurance industry. So I grew up in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, actually in Lauderhill. I was a fire explorer with the local fire department. That was my first entree into public safety and service. Can't see this back here. I served in the United States Navy from 1980 to 1984. After the military, I worked for Broward County as a paramedic and Hialeah Fire Department as a firefighter paramedic. Love to travel, seen the world, been to 26 countries, visited 46 of our 50 states, and my passion is travel, meeting new people. You know, people who know me say, Mike, you've never met a stranger. There's nobody you won't walk up to and just say hi. So today my business is focused on retirement planning, but not just retirement planning. I found some problems in how Americans save for retirement. My business has evolved to bringing this new approach to retirement planning. I'm going to go through that here in just a second. The problem. In the late 1970s, early 80s, most of Americans working for any decent-sized company, city, municipality, or state had a pension. You worked for a company for a certain amount of time, you had a pension that was paid to you for the rest of your life. You really didn't have to worry about your retirement planning. Pensions disappeared almost overnight. They were replaced by IRAs and 401ks. Essentially what happened is responsibility for your retirement went from the company you worked for to you. 100% responsibility. Well, we as Americans are woefully unprepared to make those kind of decisions. We don't have any real training, any education in investment management, any training in creating income after we retire, and that has created a real problem. Several financial magazines, Kiplinger's, Barron's, and others, have identified the number one concern of people retiring today or approaching retirement, and that is running out of money before they run out of life. I came up with an idea a couple months ago, probably 6 months ago now. There's a couple of professors that I've followed at the American College. Then I read a report that was published by Ernst & Young that talked about what constitutes a complete retirement plan. And it brings those two industries that I talked about a minute ago, the investment industry and the insurance industry, it brings them back together in a way that benefits Americans and creates a much more secure retirement. They don't like each other, they probably never will, but the problem is not so much the companies, it's the advisors that are out there who are dogmatic in their approach. If you meet an investment advisor and you mention life insurance or annuities, they're going to criticize life insurance and annuities. If you talk to an insurance agent about an investment-related retirement plan. He's going to criticize the investments. In between that lies the truth, and that's the blending of insurance products and an investment program to create a long-term and secure retirement plan. So 5 pillars. And this is a framework. It's not dogmatic, but it's a framework that I teach people to build the secure retirement for themselves. One is you need to have a source of guaranteed income. I talk to people every day. It says, oh, my broker says I have a secure source of income. I've got $1 million in my brokerage account. I have $1 million in my IRA. I challenge you to take that $1 million brokerage account or that $1 million IRA to Publix. They don't take it. Somehow or another, you have to figure out a way to take money from that account on a regular basis, replace your paycheck, and create a source of guaranteed income. If you could tell me the day you're going to die, we wouldn't have to worry about this. But we don't know, and life expectancies are increasing, so having a guaranteed income becomes more important year after year. We need to have growth. If we put all our money into insurance products, we're not going to keep up with inflation. So we need to have a portion of our assets allocated to some type of investment program. Historically, stocks have kept pace with inflation or exceeded it over the last 100 years. Not every year, but generally over a period of time, stocks have been one of the best performing assets. Real estate is a close second, but still stocks have outperformed. We need to have liquidity for emergencies. If all of your money is tied up in an IRA or a 401k, and you have a major event at your house, a new roof, major car repair, health concern, whatever the case may be, every dollar that you take out of an IRA or a 401k is taxable. If you try that before you're 59 and a half, you get hit with an additional 10% penalty. So in my framework, I want people to have a source of liquidity. That could be a money market account, that could be a savings account, it could be the cash value of a permanent life insurance policy. The big one also is, what are your plans for post-retirement health care? 70% of Americans at some point in time are going to need long-term care assistance. If we don't plan for it, it could bankrupt you. So again, it's just one element of creating the complete retirement plan. Last is the legacy that you want to leave behind. If you're dealing with an investment-only philosophy, they don't like to talk about life insurance. Many of them have no training in life insurance at all. So you may think your advisor's helping you build a retirement plan, but they're leaving out what's going to happen to your money when you pass. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to advisors or to people who have advisors that don't offer life insurance. And when I ask the advisor ultimately if I get to talk to them, oh, it's too complicated. Yeah, but don't your clients deserve security when they retire and they pass away? Doesn't something need to be there for the family? Oh, somebody else will take care of that. That's not my job. Well, in my framework, the advisor that you work with is going to provide this comprehensive package so that you have a complete retirement plan, not a piecemeal retirement plan. Now, everything I've said, I back up with research from Ernst & Young and the American College for Financial Services. So my ask, or my challenge, is what I'm talking about to you today is I'm challenging traditional beliefs. I'm challenging 50 years of doing something. I need your help in helping me find out, how do people want to be approached? When somebody comes to you with an idea that's challenging the very foundation of what you've been taught about planning for your retirement for the last 50 years, how do you want to be introduced to new information that challenges what you've been taught. That's the help that I'm looking for. Thank you.
Take the thing off? All right. A new toy. All right. There we go. Rupert.
Dun, dun, dun. So, do I put it on my head or what? Okay. So, some of you are probably know that I've got a history of doing exactly that. And I found that the best strategy to use is to make it a no-brainer or as easy as possible for somebody to start the process, okay? And that, to me, that comes from, like you see on social media a lot, you know, you click on a survey. It's like, is this important to you, or, you know, or whatever. And when they see it enough, eventually they're going to click it and they're going to answer 4 or 5 questions.
Okay.
And then you get their email, and that way you can reach out to them. And when you send that email, they're still obviously going to be concerned and hesitant, a lot of scam, a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And just say, look, this is me. This is what I do. This is some points that I have. And then, of course, you can post on social media, especially LinkedIn and so forth.
I'm on there constantly.
Right,
Yeah.
you know, and just snippets, 15, 30-second snippets of wisdom or ideas that you have that might make sense to people, right?
One of the things I've done is I've created a number of different special reports or white papers, where in those reports I'm writing it from the perspective, this is the research I've done on what the researchers say.
Right.
So I'm crediting the source.
Right, and then the second thing would be, or maybe the third thing, would be partnering. Find somebody else to partner with that has larger customer base, more resources, or whatever that you have, and have a good agreement in place, right? And work together and leverage your resources and your know-how to get the word out.
I'm doing that.
Okay.
So it's good to hear that.
Yeah.
Sir?
All right.
Did you?
Thanks.
This is new. I like this. Yeah, very interesting. I'm coming close to retirement, and it's something that my wife and I think about a lot. And I think your ask, though, was your challenge was to ask how would we want to be contacted by this with this information.
Correct.
And I don't.
Here's why I'm asking that. My industry has billions of dollars at their disposal for advertising.
Right.
I'm up against the whales, standing out there in the middle of the ocean and say, I've got a message you need to hear. I've got to figure out a way to get through that clutter other than one-on-one. One-on-one's a great start. I'm happy to do that. But I don't want this to just be a Mike thing. I want this to transform an industry that has put people's retirement at risk for 50 years.
Right. Well, myself, I try to diversify as much as possible. But your question was how would I like to be reached? And I was trying to merge that with how I can be reached. And when I get retirement investment knowledge, it comes through YouTube, it comes through an Audible book, and that sort of thing. So the only way that I think you can reach someone like me, unless you just come talk to me, someone out there that you'll never meet face to face, would be some sort of social media campaign with a link to a video that is easily consumed by me. I think that really answers your question. That's the only way you could probably reach me.
How old are you, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
60.
Okay. Would you watch a YouTube or a Facebook advertisement?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think that if you can get on the algorithm, I watch a lot of smaller ones that are just very small influencers because the algorithm sent it to me.
Okay.
So.
I like that. Thank you.
Throw it. Oh no.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll start with is this thing on? Okay, so I am 32, so I'm just coming from the side of messaging. Let me tell you where you hooked me, because when I heard retirement, I was like, I'm 32. But then I thought about my grandmother. But here's what you said that got me. I loved when you said, unless you can tell me when you're gonna die, retirement is everyone's problem. And then the other point where you got me was when you said companies went from giving you a retirement solution into putting it on you with a 401k. That was relevant to me. You hooked me right then and there. So if that's any feedback that can help, that's where you got me listening to it.
It is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I think what you're looking for is how to stand out.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
In the market that we have right now, where people are always on TikTok, people are always on YouTube, I think YouTube is great, but I think that everybody is everywhere else. So in social media is the place where you're gonna, oh, maybe on his TV. But I think what you can do is show your knowledge. Not a lot, but show your knowledge. Because I have a friend, she already built like a $4 million portfolio, and she's always looking for people with knowledge online. So then if you go online and you create small videos, hey people, today I want to talk to you about this specific situation where this friend of mine had this, and I did this to
That's a
him.
great idea.
You know, I did this to him. Show real life experiences that you did and what you did for them. So once you do that, people say, oh, I'm in that situation. Let me call him. They're going to call you.
That's great. I like
Okay.
that. Yes, thank you.
Over here, Tyler.
You have a wealth of knowledge of retirement and savings, and you can provide a lot of good information to people. You're obviously very passionate about it.
Thank you.
One thing that we do as entrepreneurs is, instead of solving or looking at the problem and solving it to find the solution, we create a solution and then we look for problems. And I would just suggest, and we did a startup weekend this weekend, and one of the things they talked about is bias. You just ask questions, like you asked us, how can we help you? You create questions that are not biased, and you ask people those questions. You don't go to family, you go to people. You go on LinkedIn, you go to places that are people that could potentially be your customer, and you're gonna find out information. I've been working with a retirement consultant, but they're missing this, or they're not doing this. You need to create questions to find those answers so that you're not creating a problem. You already are finding out a problem so that you can create a solution.
I agree.
Hold on. It's Rob behind you.
Can I ask a quick question?
We're on a time crunch.
I'll throw it in. So while you're thinking about that, the other thing I would say is it's emotion plus information that changes people's minds.
Yes.
So the question for you to ponder is, who's the enemy? Who's the nemesis? Is it the problem? Is it the industry? Is it companies deciding to shut down their pensions? Whatever it is that fires Mike up of like, this is an injustice and I'm here to fix it, that's the thing you need to bring to the forefront, because that will draw to you the people that agree, and those are going to be your market.
My biggest barrier is ignorance.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that I'm ignorant.
I can't.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, of the problems that you picked,
Yes.
pick one and say, you know, listen, it is patently unfair that companies have decided that you can work for them for 40 years and they're not going to take care of you. It's your problem. So, folks, I'm here to fix that for you, and here's how we do it. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's your thing. Maybe it's your investment advisor won't tell you how to protect your family. Whatever it is that gets you fired up, pick that one and go on social and just hammer it until you get your tribe.
Great idea.
Thank you. I like that idea. All of these things you can post on social media. It's amazing. So, like, one of my favorite books about this subject is what would the Rockefellers do?
I love it. I've got
So,
it. And that's a
a so-
philosophy I teach.
And so a social media
Yes.
post along that lines is a good way
Yes.
to hook people.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So, as an investment advisor or retirement strategist, who pays you? The individuals who come to you to help you plan retirement? Is that how
Two
it
ways I
works?
get paid.
Okay.
If I'm working as an investment advisor, you pay me indirectly, but you pay me through the fee that I charge for helping manage your assets.
Okay.
On the insurance side of the business, I'm paid a commission from the insurance companies.
Right. Okay. But that's still, you're still providing the insurance, you're still helping people choose a plan from
Oh,
the
yeah.
insurance providers.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you got a lot of great advice. What I would add as far as when you think about and make these videos that you're doing, you have this website, right? Your Retirement Strategist. Do you have
Correct.
a blog on there? Do you post content on there?
Not, good point. No, I don't. I
So-
post on LinkedIn 4 to 5 times a week, and I post on Facebook 2 to 3 times a week.
Right.
You're shaking your head. I'm beginning to agree. For my topic in particular, Facebook is more effective.
So
Yeah.
as to make you, to make you more of an expert in the field, especially in the search engine's eyes and Google's eyes and everyone's eyes, something you can do is when you get these questions, you get all these things that you want to talk about, you can make a video about it, and you can make a post on your website and have that question answered on there as well. So it's another way of using that content that you do video-wise to put on the website and get you ranked for, if people are typing that in Google. Another thing you can do is literally go onto Google and what questions are people typing in? What questions are people typing into YouTube?
That's
And
a
you
great
can
idea.
go and answer those questions, and those are, things you can do on social media, on YouTube, on your website to, make a strategy to kind of help you increase your awareness. And
I never thought of the Google idea, asking Google.
Yep.
I use ChatGPT all day, but there's still value in Google.
Yeah, Google's
Yeah.
not going away. It's
Yeah.
going to change.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be more AI based, but they're
Ask
still
him out.
they still index websites to see who's the best and everything like
Yeah.
that. So it's you still have to do it.
I've recently incorporated StoryBrand, if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Donald Miller's
Yeah.
philosophy.
Right.
That's been very helpful. And, talking about a problem, making me the guide, not the hero of the story. And that's had a very positive impact.
So that was some great advice.
Thank you.
So what can we do as the Orlando 1 Million Cups community?
This is it.
Okay?
This is
Perfect.
it. This is exactly what I need.
Okay, well, fantastic.
I need, y'all are entrepreneurs. You are my target market. So hearing back from you is very helpful.
All right, and talk to Sean after. And when you need some video help, go call Tim.
Okay?
He's very affordable, and he'll help you out.
Sounds good.
This is one of the best presentations I ever heard.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
That means the world to me.
You can be Tony Robbins. I've attended with 77,000 other people on a summit last week, okay? You have to be virtual coach. Virtual. Now, I want to talk to you about it. I know about at least half a dozen other people teaching what you want to achieve. Virtual or not one-on-one. You reach masses.
Yep.
Thousands of them at any given time.
All right,
And there's
perfect.
Big need for this, big need.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the main reasons. Poverty, illiteracy, and financial literacy is the number one reason for suicides, divorces, and dysfunctional families. And this is needed badly.
Okay.
Then we get, thank you for service also.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. So, I do know this strategy works. It's like The one thing I have a problem with some investment advisors is going, well, you need to save $1 million because you're going to go through it at this much. They don't ever take into consideration if you invest it the right way and you have a good return, you can just live off the interest and never have to worry about touching the principal. And that's it. And they don't teach that. You know, that's kind of the thing that irks me when I see this. And fortunately, you confirmed for me that we set my mom up right, because all of those things she has, and she's living quite comfortably and doesn't even think she has enough money and doesn't realize she'll never run out. So that's a good thing. So these are some of our sponsors that are here that help support the community. One of them we want to hear from real quick is Rupert with Orlandopreneur.
Hey folks. Hey folks. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rupert Magnot. I've been involved in building this startup ecosystem for over 30 years. My most recent venture is Orlandopreneur, where our mission is to increase the quantity and quality of investable startups and small businesses in Central Florida. So we started a little over 2.5 years ago, and our mission at that point in time was just to build the community. And our goal was 5,000 members in 5 years. So we're at 34 months, and we just passed 4,600 today. And thank you. And but more importantly is we create impact. Our impact rating is 11 times the median for meetups, millions of events. And we have our event the third Monday of every month. It's coming up next Monday night, okay? And we're partnering up with the Great Southern Box Company over in the Packing District. They're opening up on a Monday night for us because they know that we bring in 150 to 200 people, entrepreneurs, service providers, investors, and so forth, to get together and to meet and create opportunities. And yeah,
Where is it?
It's Orange Blossom Trail in Princeton, okay, on the west side of College Park. So I want you to think of something. You know, I'm trying to think of ways of which we can always give back to the community aside from just helping entrepreneurs be successful. And I came across a frightening statistic, or a sobering one, and it was that 43 million Americans, 43 million, are hungry this Thanksgiving. 43 million of us. So when we sit down at the dinner table at Thanksgiving and we're having, you know, a grand buffet of food, there's people, there's tens of thousands of them here in Orlando that won't have the same privilege. So what we did is, for this Monday night, we're partnering up with 4 Roots. So 4 Roots is a nonprofit that was set up by John Rivers, who runs started the 4 Rivers Barbecue. And it's a farm that feeds all his restaurants, but at any overage, he gives away to people in need. And I don't know how many of you have been in that warehouse and packaging those boxes of food. It's fun, but it's grueling. But in any case, we're partnering up with them, and we're asking for a donation at the door, a $20 donation. 100% of it goes to 4 Roots. Okay, and so we're having them. So Nicole from 4 Roots is going to be speaking for 10 minutes, and then we also have Scott Jingold, who is an international speaker, and he's going to be talking about the relationship of for-profit and nonprofits and how we can best improve that relationship, and he'll be speaking there as well. And again, we're on meetup.com, Orlandopreneur, and we hope to see you all there. Thank you.
And I know for a fact that Rupert hasn't been hungry the last 2 Thanksgivings because he's been at my house having Thanksgiving with us.
Otherwise, I'd be hungry.
Otherwise, yeah. And I had a thought. Do you guys know that this is how the Borg started? Yes. You know what the Borg is? Yeah. Star Trek fans? Okay. They're the enemies. Anyway, remember to like, follow, and share on YouTube during the event. If you want, please take pictures, please share. It exposes, gets more people here that we can help grow our community here. These are our 1 million cup organizers if you're an organizer. If you have any questions about the community, how do you get started, how can you share what you do, please come see one of us after the meeting. Connect with somebody. These are some of the local coffee shops in the area. There's a great little place right through the tunnel over here that they have got the coolest. It's called Lilac Latte. It's like outrageously good. So go over and see them. It's called CFTS coffee, Coffee for the Soul. So why do this? So you can attend here, apply, prepare what you're doing, present. Did you guys learn something today? Was it worth your time being here? Okay. So that's why we're here. Next week, we're going to hear from Mental Life and from Build Up. A couple of very cool things going on. So why do you want to present? Marketing and brand awareness, get people to know who you are, especially because you get the free advertising on YouTube. And Tim is also great about putting together some little clips that you can put links into your email and stuff. And people can look and hear you present and share with passion what you're doing. Practice and feedback gives you growth. Create strategic partnerships, could hire and retain talent, and the get to know you experience. So if you have any other questions about the community, please log in here, 1millioncups.com/Orlando, and you can also apply to present there.
I'm sure it was mentioned at the beginning, but I just want to briefly say I did Orlando's Tech Startup Weekend for the first time. It was an absolutely phenomenal experience, and I highly encourage it to anyone who wants to grow as an entrepreneur.
All right, fantastic. So thank you. This is, I love this quote. We suffer more in our imagination than we do in reality. As entrepreneurs, how many times do we beat ourselves up, right? Fear is not real. False expectations appearing real. It's not there. So stop, drilling it into ourselves and focus on your goals, focus on your vision, where you want to go. And if you didn't get to sign in, please scan and let the 1 Million Cups community and Kauffman Foundation know you're here. Denny.
I've got one thing that's really apropos. The Salvation Army of Central Florida serves 20 to 25,000 people every Thanksgiving. We always need volunteers. We'd like to help. We We've got our monthly meetings next Tuesday, and I'll get all the details for you. So if you'd like to help, to have
Salvation Army.
All right. Thank you all for coming. Make sure you turn your phones back on to kill and go kill it.